welcome to theCUBE here at our Palo Alto studios. I'm John Furrier, host of theCUBE, and welcome to theCUBE's Tech Innovation Awards interview series, where we're celebrating the winners of our inaugural program, theCUBEd Awards. The competition was fierce. We received an exceptional number of high caliber entries, showcasing the incredible innovation happening across the tech industry and the tech landscape. Today we're joined by Josh Harbert and Matt McDonough, who's here to discuss their award-winning entry, the innovation behind it, how they're driving the industry forward. Couchbase took the most important database honor, top honors, in the most important innovative database. Congratulations, let's dive in.
Thank you, it's great being here.
Very contested category, database. Obviously, you can't have enough data, can't have enough databases, more databases are hitting the scene. Obviously, you got to store the data somewhere. Storage is actually hitting, we're seeing in the earnings, a lot of the hyperscalers and just all on-prem activities booming because they need more storage, they need more databases. Guys, congratulations. And tell us, what specifically was the reason, in your opinion, the Innovation Award went to Couchbase?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll start off, Josh, if you want, and be happy to jump in as you see fit. But yeah, I think for us, a lot of it was when we started our journey around Gen AI. So obviously, you know, the big reveal, November 2022, everyone's familiar, kind of put some momentum about it. I think the good thing is Couchbase was thinking about this, you know, very much well in advance, and it allowed us to get a sort of a big head start in the database space in general. So not only with you know, our vector search capability, which is underpinning everything we're doing around AI, but also being the first and only vendor to offer it, you know, from cloud to edge, you know, across clouds and even on premise. And that's a really unique capability that we have. And then we continue to make additional enhancements to our core vector search capability that's helping us provide a market leadership position. But then around that, we built a bunch of different capability. You know, we released what we call Capella IQ, which is our, you know, natural language assistant, which is really critical for, you know, helping to, you know, provide input in, you know, how to, you know, build indexes or unit tests and different things like that. We also launched our, you know, columnar capability for analytics, which is the first JSON native analytics capability that really complements what we're doing around artificial intelligence, because ultimately agents in general, they want to be able to access data, you know, both from, you know, traditional operational stores, but also analytics stores. And with our data platform, we operate that capability across. And then I can jump into AI services, which is kind of what we launched late last year and now into preview. But I think the general theme is, you know, we continue to be, running fast at full speed on AI, and excited about that.
I like that JSON piece. I want to come back to that. Matt, I want to hit you up first, because obviously in this market, it's so fast, the needs are increasing, we see acceleration, but the apps are coming, right? And still you have pre-existing needs in these workflows where the low code, no code at the top of the stacks emerging quickly. What's that product positioning that you think works well right now for Couchbase that's innovative? How would you describe the innovation story?
Yeah, I think for us, it's centered around, you know, how we describe our company, which is, you know, we're the developer data platform for critical applications in our AI world. And, you know, we've always been known for our capability around, you know, critical applications in general, you know, high performance memory first architecture, delivering millisecond response, you know, JSON on our core. So being able to support, you know, diverse workloads, rapid development, you know, having that story around, you know, being your database wherever you are, from cloud to edge and mobile, very mature offering in the mobile space. And then a bunch of capabilities we added to make it a real data platform, you know, native SQL query engine, you know, full text search capability, eventing that we've added to the platform. And I think all those things, while making it, you know, more accessible for developers and supporting these, you know, these new AI native applications, is really core to our innovation story.
Josh, from a marketing standpoint, the market has changed on that side too. The value proposition, it used to be the one database rules the world. Right. And we covered that over the past decade. You saw the rise of the cloud. There's now multiple databases for different workloads. They all have diverse needs, or all have to work together. Talk about the market opportunity for Couchbase. How would you talk to folks out there on what you guys stand for and what you're going after?
Well, we actually think the landscape is changing, as everybody knows, rapidly because of the massive oncoming of AI and all the hype around Gen AI. And then now, as we look at agentic, it's changing, and it's changing quickly. And we think it has the opportunity to really change and perhaps even transform every application that exists in the enterprise. Critical applications, I think everybody would know that if you're working on an app and you're a developer or an architect, it's probably pretty critical to you. But when you think about, the next 3, 4, 5 years, it's become more important than ever to think about a unified data platform, because you have to have the performance. If you're a CIO, performance matters, right? Customer experiences. You need to understand the impact of mobile. You can't just be thinking about application development for something that's just internal, right? These are customer-facing applications, oftentimes very critical to the operations of the business. It has to be cloud to edge. It has to be, if it comes offline and when it comes back online, can't miss a beat, right? That's really, really super important. But I think even more so is the governance, the risks associated with AI and the data governance that's kind of around that, and the cost. So from our perspective, the market opportunity has never been better. We think that the innovation that we've done has set us up for just an extraordinary opportunity for organizations to lean on and choose Couchbase to be their data platform provider.
What would you say to the folks out there watching, why Couchbase? Why now? What's the pitch there? Because is it the diverse in workloads? Is it the performance? And obviously the tech is pretty significant. Matt was illuminating some of that. What's the pitch? What's the value proposition? What's the main reason why Couchbase should be considered and adopted?
Well, I think are unique in this way, as we're the only data platform that is unifying transactional, mobile, analytics, and AI services. It doesn't exist outside of Couchbase. So from our perspective, that is the unique value proposition. We know that CIOs and architects and developers are rethinking their tech stack. They know they have to be able to rely on a vendor that can do all of those things, plus have the complex ecosystem and integration surrounding it. So we're really, really fortunate that our innovation has led us here, and that the market has kind of come to this point where Couchbase is uniquely positioned.
Matt, you heard Josh there talking about something that no one else has, unique. That's awesome. There's challenges in the market, getting the word out. That's his job. He's going to do work on that. Now, in the environments, how do you look at that from a unique standpoint? What specifically would get someone excited if you open up the hood, look at Couchbase? Okay, where do they fit in? Where do you come in? How do you see this integrating? Can you share kind of the under the hood perspective of the uniqueness of Couchbase?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've spoken about a lot of the sort of the key underpinning sort of functionality of what we offer in the market. But I think what's great about Couchbase again is a lot of database options out there really sourced or focused on like one particular environment. So maybe it's they only have a fully managed service, so they don't necessarily support a lot of the existing workloads that customers have built, or maybe it's just a mobile database and it doesn't tie very well into the operations in the cloud that they have to operate. So there's a lot of complexity involved, and so I think we work well in that world, the world where applications have been built for many years. But then even more importantly, for these AI native applications that have different needs and agents, we set up customers well for the future as well. For example, like AI agents need access to both enterprise and external data. They need, breadth, being able to process a variety of structured and unstructured data formats. So, just relying on a relational database and structured data in the past is not enough. You got to be able to do both. You need depth, being able to access a bunch of different tools and functions to build those applications. You need it in a secure fashion, being able to access these models safely within your own security plane, and then have consistency and traceability and ultimately real-time and low latency response. And all those key requirements really feed great into the Couchbase story, because we built this platform. We have it capability across both transactional and analytical applications. And then we've layered on a bunch of, AI services in the last several months that I think helps with that development process for application developers building AI native apps. So I think those are some of the key ingredients that we're excited about.
And that latency is a huge issue there. I'm glad you nailed that. I'm glad you brought that up. Comes up a lot, especially with Gen AI. You got to get those responses back fast. Guys, looking back at the journey with Couchbase, what was the turning point or decision that helped lead to this recognition today? Was it the Gen AI moment? Was it like a point in time? Can you share the unique turning point or decision?
Yeah, for us, I think like a lot of the world, I think there's probably multiple pieces to that, but I mentioned the November 2022, sort of the noise that ChatGPT was making. I think, probably everyone got excited at that point. Like I said, we were already doing work around AI in advance, so I won't use that as sort of the main point. But I think for us, I think it was earlier this year. We've been speaking to some customers that had been, building applications, using our vector search capability, and sort of the key, point that came to us was like, hey, there's really a lot of complexity with building AI services. Our customers and prospects don't even necessarily know like what's the easiest and best way to do that. There's lots of different capabilities out there. There's lots of different functionality. It's not always easier for for developers to kind of figure out, well, what are the different components that I need to use? Like, what's the observability features? How do I do eval? How do I make sure the data is secure? How do I make sure I can mitigate hallucinations? And what are the guardrails that I put in place? So as we started to see that, that's when we built out our platform that really meets the needs across the software development lifecycle. So again, I would say just going back to early customers that were using our vector search capability, and us around our those conversations really kind of sparked the focus that we have.
I guess I'll ask either one of you to answer, or both if you want to. Every successful company I talk to has their own kind of like cultural DNA or secret sauce. What would be Couchbase's secret sauce that would define you guys? I mean, obviously the Innovation Award is a tough category to win. You guys did. What distinct aspect of your approach has enabled this to happen? What's the secret sauce?
I'll take a first pass because I'm newer. But I think in sum it up, we were born for this. And, we've never compromised on how the product has advanced on anything from performance or scalability, which has allowed us, I think, to, stave off any types of, difficulties with customers around, oh, how can I get this new company that I might have just acquired to actually work? So like for us, the secret sauce is we were born for this. We were architected for this. So the performance of our product, whether it's on-prem or in the cloud, or if you're offline and you're out doing a delivery, like it performs as it should and as expected, and it makes us very, very unique in that way.
Awesome. Matt, you want to chime in on anything?
Yeah, I mean, I love that response from Josh first off, so I'll plus one that. But I think, I would also kind of go back to our values. I mean, we have 6 different values, the different ones resonate with different people in the company. But, for me as a product leader, I think one of our values being, attack hard problems driven by customer outcomes. That's very much a focus for us within the R&D organization. It's that customer obsession. I mentioned sort of, again, the spark for a lot of the focus that we've had around artificial intelligence that was based on that, maniacal focus on, what do our customers need? How do we make them successful? So I'd point to that.
Awesome. Great stuff. Yeah. Product guys. See, love that. I mean, you guys are a product company. We've been following Couchbase for a long time. Always had great stuff. Great to see that recognition. You guys, obviously the innovative approach with the award. Walk me through an example of customers that are using the solution that solves the problems that you're talking about. What were some of those practical use cases? Can you share any data, customers, or you don't have to name names, but just kind of why and how they're using it?
You want me to go first there,
Yeah,
Josh?
sure. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, I think, one example would just be, we're a database company, so we work across, verticals. But like, one of the examples I would use is, just in the gaming industry, for example. It's a good story for me because it kind of talks about the whole, concept of the developer data platform and why we add value. So, one of our customers has been using us for years, as an operational database within their environment. But they were looking at, well, what are the things that they need to do to kind of add additional value and make themselves go faster? One of them was, how do they include analytics in their application? They serve both their internal customers that are looking at making sure that they're providing the right security, nothing nefarious is going on, but also with their external partners that build different games and need to monetize that and so on and so forth. And so what's great about this story is with our analytics capability we call Columnar, it helps simplify that process. So before they had to go through lots of transformations to take data from the operational store to their analytics store, which added cost, it added latency, it slowed time to value. But with us, they eliminated a lot of those steps, which makes it more, like I said, more effective for their internal and external customers. The analytics insights that they get, they can write back immediately into their Couchbase operational store. They can pull data from multiple different databases, both NoSQL and traditional relational databases, into our analytics store. And then on top of that, now that they've done that, now they can layer in artificial intelligence. Because again, agents, they want to be able to capture both unstructured and structured and semi-structured data and build their automations on top of that. And that's what Couchbase has uniquely built. And with our AI services, they can do that, and it simplifies the software development lifecycle, make sure that they're secure, and make sure that they're building applications at the lowest overall total cost of ownership, and they're able to add additional value.
Awesome. Josh, anything to add to that?
I just, one of the things I've experienced since being here is we've got more advocates and customer success stories than anywhere else I've ever been. So I think, I could just kind of reiterate, what Matt said. Our customers, some of us have been on stage recently and called us their secret sauce. Won't name who they are, but it's pretty amazing when you think about the use cases, the importance and the increasing importance of mobile and understanding the complexities of low connectivity or no connectivity and how that shouldn't be a barrier for them to be able to conduct business operations. And we help customers with that. We help them with mobile wallets. And anyway, it's really, really exciting to see that there's customers that leverage our technology, but drive their business on our technology. So really, really exciting times.
Yeah, I mean, the edge is huge for you guys too. And again, you guys always had great products. Josh, final question goes to you. As CMO, you got to get the word out. The market's changing. What's your plan for Couchbase? What's on your docket? What's the focus?
Well, Matt opened with it, and I'll close with it. We are the developer data platform for critical applications in our AI world. And I think there's loads of things that we're going to do, but one primary thing this year is, we're going to stop probably talking about it as much in terms of Josh, the CMO, and we're going to have our customers talk about it. So one big thing is to kind of help them become the heroes of this AI story, this mobile story, and just that this can be done. It's a complex problem that needs a mature, unified data platform to pay it off. And that, by the way, if you're a CIO or an enterprise architect, fear not. The technology is here to make this a reality for you. And I think there's a lot of opportunity for us to tell that story through the customer voice. And then I think secondarily is we're going to be more present where the cloud providers are going to be at. Our partner community is extraordinarily important, whether it's the GSIs or the big cloud providers. We're going to be in market with them to make sure that we're telling the right, better together story.
Hey, let the customers do the talking. Best marketing on the planet, right there.
Yeah.
Josh, thanks so much. Matt, thanks for coming on as well. Guys, congratulations on
Thank
the
you.
most innovative database. A very contested and tough category. Huge accomplishment. Thanks for spending the time with theCUBE. And again, thanks for submitting it, and we appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, John.
Okay, we're at theCUBE here in Palo Alto Studios. I'm John Furrier, your host. The CUBEd Awards is happening. Couchbase has been cubed with the most innovative database award. Of course, we got a lot more coverage on the awards. And again, second one is coming in the second half of the year. 43 judges will probably have more. And again, thanks for watching.